Hey YouTube land, welcome once again to another action figure review by Tycondrius. Now just before I proceed, just to let you know that I'm at the time of this recording I'm kind of under the weather a bit at the moment, so if I sound a bit off, that's why. So today I'm doing a figure review for something I picked up from Big Bad Toy Store a little while ago, and this is for the Kulu World Skeleton Eyes. Now, if he looks familiar, it's because he has a very strong look of one of the old skeleton warrior figures, hence why I picked them up. There is a few other figures in this wave. It doesn't really showcase them on the box, it just has this cool artwork on the box, and then on the inside, in fact I think I might have reversed the packaging because it's one of these ones that you can slide out. But on the inside of it, it has just a, they come from my dreams, and they will be, they come from my dream, and they will be ended in my life, is what it says on the little kind of back thing. So I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a bio for Eyes here, or if it's just something for all the figures in the wave. They all have this similar packaging, which is the kind of collector style packaging where you can slide out the tray at the back, or the card at the back, and then get access to the figure without having to rip open boxes or anything like that. So he is pretty cool. Now I have them all geared up. When you do get him, there is some assembly required, so I will go through that in a second. But I'll just bring in the tape measure first so you can see how tall he is. He stands around 6.5 inches tall, so he would be kind of in scale to probably stuff that's either between the 7 inches, which would be here, or sorry, not 7 inches, 6 inches, should be the Fortnite figure and the Jada Toys figure. Or if I bring in a 7-inch figure, I'll grab Batman here for size comparison. See, Batman would be kind of a bit taller than him, so depending on what way you want to scale them up, you'd be in between those. So moving on to the figure itself, so the base figure comes without these these shoulder pads on. This cape is actually a separate part in the packaging. This is a separate part in the packaging. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and break him down to his base figure form, so you can see kind of how he arrives. Make sure I have the right one on that. I won't swap out the hands just in case. And there's one other part that I won't be able to take off because it took ages to get on him. So just get this little gem necklace thing off him. So I'm not sure if you saw that on the screen. So he has these shoulder plates that just plug into his back to kind of recreate the skeletal look. Now, in order for you to put the shoulder pads on, these have left and right versions. So you pop this off, there's a peg on it, and you pop this peg in to where that just came out, and you can put those on. You can leave the cape off if you wish, or you can put the cape on. The way the cape works is there's 2 peg holes up at the top of the cape. So when you can actually probably put this on with the standard plugs, so it might work that way as well. So you can just see, if you don't want the big shoulder pads on him, it does look weird because there's nothing holding the cape in place, if you know what I mean. But you can put it on him like that and just have the cape that way. But he is intended to have the shoulder pad pieces in, so you just have to line everything up, put those in, get the other one out, put this one on, is that in right? And that is in just right. Yeah, so you have the shoulder pads in place. Now this guy is quite jointed. He does have a lot of joints on him, so I'll run through that quickly. But before I do so, I just want to go through the other accessories. So he comes with this really nice amethyst, almost painted gemstone piece, which is really nice. It goes on his neck on a little bit of a string. He comes with a sword, which is nicely painted. It has like this dark gunmetal and then gold, and then a kind of almost brassy gold color for the handle. He does come with these two bracers. I don't think there's a dedicated left and right. They just go on either hand. There's a slit on each of them, so they can go over the wrist, which is quite nice. He does come with defaulted grasping hands. Now, I haven't tried swapping out the hands on him, but he does have these grasping hands then as the kind of more open hands for the alternate ones, but he does come with the grasping sword grasp hands. He doesn't come with any shield. There is other figures that do come with shields, and they look pretty cool. The main reason I got this guy because I love the head sculpt on him. The other guys have more kind of traditional skeletal heads. I'm just going to take these off so it makes it easier for the articulation. When these are on, it will hinder the shoulder articulation a bit, but not too much. Now, this piece here, this loincloth piece, is separate. I did manage to get it on him. It took a bit of finagling to get it on him. There's no actual clasp or anything for it to actually fit on. I had to slowly manipulate it up over the legs, and that was kind of scary enough as it was. The legs don't kind of come apart. They have joints and stuff, but they don't seem, didn't want to pull or pry them apart too much. But he does have, if I just bring it up there, a really cool head sculpt with these kind of fanged, kind of vampire fanged jaw and kind of spikes, which is why he kind of reminds me a lot of Baron Dark from the Skeleton Warriors line. He does have this kind of thing on his head, which is kind of reminiscent of the old Skeleton Warriors. They used to have like a gemstone in their head as well on the action figures, not in the cartoon, but like some of the figures had like a kind of a gem type thing on their head, so kind of reminds me of that. He does have articulation for the arms, can go all the way around, has a hinge out. As I said, once you have those shoulder pads in, it'll only go up that much, but without them they can go all the way around. There is a swivel at the bicep. There is double jointed elbows, which is really nice. Wrist swivel and a hinge, so you do get that articulation point. Now, there isn't a waist swivel. What they did was kind of clever. If I bring it around the back here, so from this part here down to the base of the spine is actually a bendy wire. So if you want him to kind of look left and right, you kind of bend it. So it is a bendy wire in this guy, so just be wary when storing him, where you're storing him, because I would imagine the plastic or the material used for this is different to the rest of the skeleton. So if it's in a damp area, you could end up with like mold, or it could start to deteriorate over time, so just be wary of that. But it is interesting that they went that route. There's no actual waist swivel, if you know what I mean. His legs can do splits that much. They can kick forward, they can kick backwards. They have dual jointed knees, which are very, very tight on my figure. I can get them to work. He does have dual jointed knees. They're just super tight. He does have rocker ankles, no peg holes because of the skeletal feet, but he doesn't tend to need them that much. He does stand quite nicely if you get him in the right position. He stands without any issue. He does have these lower foot covers that are designed to, again, just like the just like with the wrist bracers, they have a slit on them, so they'll just fit over. And I don't think there's a left or right specific one. They'll just fit over, which is quite nice. And let's just gear him up there. So we have his necklace, which is another skull motif, which is pretty cool. Throw his cloak on. So this is the right. Just make sure it's lined up. Bear with me a moment if it's off camera. So we'll just get this lined up on him. In fact, if I do it this way, it might be easier to watch. But you can see there's a hole up here on the cloak, and it just fits through that. Head is on a ball joint as well, so you can get left, right, up, down. Has great range of movement. And then just get his last wrist bracer on. just to complete the look. Oop. I'll give him a sword, so you can go in either hand. Had it in the right hand, it's a bit more outstretched. You'll have to kind of stretch the hand out a little bit for when you first put it in, but he will fit quite nicely in either hand. But he looks really, really cool. As I said, there is other figures in the wave. I think, if I remember correctly, there is 4 or 5 figures in total in the wave. There's like a barbarian, a kind of knight style, and a couple of others. Oh, this is the one that drew my eye, because as I said, he looks most like one of the classic Skeleton Warrior figures from the old Skeleton Warrior action figure line. So he looks really, really cool. And as I said, if you're a fan of skeletons, he's pretty much one to pick up. He probably should fit in well with stuff like Mythic Legions. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those to showcase him with. Or what's the other line that did skeletons? There was what's it called? Golden Axe. The crowd that did Golden Axe did a bunch of skeletons as well. He'd probably fit in quite nicely with those. I'm not sure the scale on those guys. They might be a little taller. But overall, he'll look pretty cool leading like an army of skeleton warrior sort of stuff. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this quick video review for the Kulu World Eyes, he's called. But I'll put a link to the page in Big Bad Toy Store for these guys. Hopefully they still have some available at the time of this recording. If not, you probably might have to go the whole third-party route like eBay and stuff like that. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video review, and as always, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Cheers, guys. Oh, actually, he does come with a base. I just remembered. He comes with a plastic base. I didn't bring it over with me. It's one of these stands that kind of has a clip on it, and you have to build it. It actually came in a bag inside the box. I completely forgot to bring it over. If I remember to assemble it, because I didn't bother assembling it because he doesn't really need it, I'll do a quick update video of how it goes together and how it looks with him. I didn't really need it for this guy, but you may need it for some of the others. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video review, and as always, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Cheers.